you ever looked at your small backyard and felt it's just fine? Not inspiring. Not yours. Just there. You've seen the same ideas over and over. A bench, a few potted plants, maybe some string lights. But what if your tiny yard could be bold, artistic, unexpected? In 2026, the most beautiful small gardens aren't safe. They're creative. They're not trying to look big. They're trying to look true. Welcome to Relaxed Gardens, where we believe small spaces deserve big imagination. Today, you'll discover small backyard garden design ideas that feel truly creative. Not just pretty, but personal. We're talking jewel-tone container gardens that pop like paintings. Desert modern minimalism with sculptural plants and clean lines. Cottagecore hideaways dripping with nostalgia. Even maximalist bursts of color and texture that say, "This is me." These aren't fantasy renders. These are real, achievable designs for balconies, side yards, urban patios. Crafted with soul, not square footage. So, if you're ready to trade meh for magic, stick around. And don't forget to subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss our most imaginative garden ideas. Now, let's turn your forgotten corner into your creative sanctuary. begin with a simple truth. Creativity isn't about what you add. It's about how you see what's already there. In 2026, the most inspiring small backyards reject the grid. Instead of lining plants along fences, they curve. Instead of flat floors, they layer, with sunken lounges, raised decks, floating platforms over dry creek beds. Take vertical space. It's not just for plants. Imagine a living wall of trailing potholes and ferns beside a hanging chair. Suddenly, your 8-foot wall becomes a 3D canvas, or modular planters stacked like sculpture, holding jewel-toned coleus and purple fountain grass. Functional art that breathes. Now, materials tell your story. Forget matching sets. In 2026, creative gardens mix textures with confidence. Reclaimed wood benches beside polished concrete planters. Woven macrame hanging above brass lanterns. Terracotta pots paired with matte black metal stools. This isn't random. It's curated contrast, and it's what makes a space feel alive. Even your pathways can be poetic. Irregular sandstone tiles, river rocks in soft curves, mosaic inlays that bloom like flowers underfoot. These aren't just ways to walk. They're invitations to slow down, to notice. And color? This year it's bold or quiet, but never bland. Jewel tones, emerald, sapphire, ruby, used like paint on a canvas. Desert palettes, warm taupe, agave green, rust, clean and grounded. Cottagecore pastels, lavender, peach butter yellow, soft and nostalgic. You don't need acres. You need one great idea, executed with heart. Coming up, how to blend function and fantasy, with fire pits, dining nooks, and hidden retreats that feel like secret worlds. Now, let's talk about how you live in your small backyard. Because creativity isn't just visual, it's experiential. In 2026, the most inspiring designs carve out moments, not just spaces. A dining nook under a pergola draped in wisteria, just big enough for two. A zen corner with a raked gravel meditation zone, and a single stone lantern. A maximalist lounge of velvet armchair, brass tray, and hanging lanterns, where every evening feels like a celebration. These aren't rooms. They're mood capsules. And they're all possible in under 150 square feet. Consider the fire pit no longer a luxury, but a creative anchor. A custom basalt fire bowl surrounded by floor cushions. A sunken conversation pit with built-in stone seating. Even a wall-mounted ethanol burner in a vertical garden. Flame dancing among ferns. Then there's lighting, your secret emotional tool. In 2026, we layer like scent, recessed LEDs under benches for a soft glow, pendant lights over dining nooks like indoor elegance, solar lanterns on posts, casting pools of golden light, string lights not just overhead, but woven through greenery. This isn't illumination, it's atmosphere architecture. And your personal touch? That's the magic ingredient. A vintage ladder repurposed as a plant rack. Thrifted teacups holding succulents. A mosaic tabletop made from broken tiles. These aren't hacks. They're autobiographical details. Tiny declarations of who you are. Even low maintenance can be creative. A re-wielded patch of native grasses and pollinator flowers isn't lazy. It's eco-poetry. A desert modern yard with sculptural agave and smooth gravel isn't minimal. It's meditative. Your backyard doesn't need to impress. It just needs to resonate. Coming up, how to seal your creative vision with a final, peaceful truth, and why your small space might be your greatest canvas yet. don't need a big yard to make magic. You just need the courage to see differently. Because a creative garden isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's the morning light on a handmade mosaic. The rustle of grasses you chose because they reminded you of childhood. The way your heart slows when you sit in your hidden nook, just you, a cup of tea, and the quiet hum of bees. That's not landscaping. That's living. And in 2026, that's the most radical act of all. You've just discovered how to design it, with curves instead of corners, with color instead of caution, with soul instead of sameness. Start small. One bowl pot, one reclaimed bench, one vertical vine that climbs toward your dreams. Your future self, the one laughing under string lights, reading in a hammock, breathing in the scent of rain on warm stone, is already waiting there for you. If this video sparked an idea, a feeling, or even a single what if, please tap the like button. It helps others find us too. Subscribe to Relax Gardens, because every week we celebrate real, creative, soulful outdoor living for small spaces and big hearts. And hit the bell so you never miss a moment of inspiration. This isn't just a backyard. It's your creative sanctuary. However small, however wild, however true, thank you for watching. From all of us at Relax Gardens, go make something beautiful.